Alright, hey guys, I'm the Gamer here and I'm back with another CeX Pickups video. Yeah, I know, another one. It hasn't even been a month yet since the last one. But I'm back with another one. This is my first pickups video for the new year. And also my first video in general for the new year, for 2022. So yeah, I know it's a bit late. I mean, we're already nearly halfway through the month already. But I've just been busy with stuff, and especially now that I'm back to college, now the Christmas holidays are all over, and it means that once again I won't have as much time to actually work on videos. So yeah, that's a shame. But yeah, anyway, here it is, my first game pickups for 2022. As you can see, I got one Xbox 60 game here and 3 PlayStation 2 games. I got all of these for like super cheap. I mean, the whole lot cost me about £10.50. And yeah, and some of these I got for like really cheap. In fact, they're all cheap actually, but some I got for really cheap. Let's just start things off. We have GoldenEye Reloaded for the Xbox 360. I decided to pick this up because recently there's been a lot of like leaks and rumors going around about potential re-release of GoldenEye for the N64. There was recently like a leaked achievement listing for the game, yeah, for GoldenEye. And if you remember, around this time last year, the cancelled Xbox Live Arcade version of GoldenEye, that was going to be for the 360, that leaked on the internet around this time last year. And recently there's a lot of rumours going around that potentially there might be an official GoldenEye re-release coming sometime this year. So because that's been going on recently, I decided to pick this up, since it is a game that I've wanted to try for quite a while. Yeah, but this was the kind of HD remaster, I guess you could say, of the game, released for 360 and PS3, because obviously the original wasn't in HD because it was on the Wii. Yeah, looking forward to playing this. Just like the Quantum of Solace game, which I also own for the 360, this game's basically plays exactly like Call of Duty. It's basically a Call of Duty James Bond. In fact, it might even run on the same game engine as Call of Duty, I think. I know Quantum of Solace did. Quantum of Solace ran on the IW engine used to power Call of Duty. And yeah, and I think GoldenEye does as well, I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, got it complete right there, disc and manual. Paid £6 for it, and yeah, hoping this game's at least better than Rogue Agent, because if you remember, I brought a copy of Rogue Agent for the original Xbox back in September, and yeah, and I played it for a little bit, and it wasn't particularly great. It was one of the most mediocre games I think I've ever played in my entire life. Music was pretty decent though, but the actual gameplay itself was, yeah, it was pretty boring if I'm being honest. Anyway, so next up we have Second Sight for the PlayStation 2, which was only £1. Now this game was made by the same developers who did Time Splitters. It even says so right there in the corner, from the creators of the award-winning Time Splitters series. And yeah, this came out right in between Time Splitters 2 and Future Perfect. Like, this came out like right in the middle of those two games. And yeah, it's a very different game from Time Splitters. Like, it's third person instead of first person, and it's more of like a, if I remember, it's more of like a stealth sort of game, and you also have like these cool like psychic abilities and stuff that you can use. And yeah, it's a game that's kind of got a sort of cult following to it. I mean, it's a game that was like a huge commercial flop when it came out, but over time it got more appreciated, and yeah, I've heard it's a pretty decent game. So I'm very looking forward to trying out. No manual, which sucks, which means there's another game I have to put on my list of games I'm going to have to buy the manuals for on eBay, which luckily people do actually sell just the manuals for games on eBay. So you can find like huge lots of like just PS2 manuals or Xbox 60 manuals. And in fact, recently I actually bought 2 manuals on eBay of games I previously bought that didn't come with manuals. Like for example, True Crime Streets of LA for the Xbox, which I brought in the last pickups video. If you guys remember, there were 2 Activision advertisement booklets inside of the case, but there was no manual. But since then, I actually went on eBay, and now my copy does have a manual. Yeah, right there. Right before the new year, someone was selling a whole bunch of original Xbox manuals, and True Crime Streets of LA was one of them. So yeah, it only cost me like £1, I think. It was super cheap, about the same price as the actual game itself. But yeah, I brought it, and now I've got a complete in-box copy. And there was another game as well that I brought years ago that didn't come with a manual. It's actually one of my all-time favourite games. And that's Gun for the Xbox 60. I bought this back in like 2017 and it didn't come with a manual. But however, thanks to an eBay seller who was selling a bunch of Xbox 360 manuals, I've now got a complete in-box copy. Yeah, it now finally has a manual where initially it didn't. So yeah. So if you ever buy like secondhand games and it doesn't come with the instruction manual, just go on eBay. You know, just go on eBay. You'll find like a bunch of listings of people selling a bunch of manuals for different consoles. And yeah, and you might be able to find the manual for the game you're looking for. And they're really cheap as well. I paid like £1 or £1.99 for both of those, both for Gun and True Crime Streets of LA. And yeah, it's something that I'm gonna do more in the future. I'm gonna look on eBay and just find manuals for the games that are missing them in my collection. Alright, then the next game we have is Tourist Trophy, the Real Riding Simulator for PS2. Now this game is literally just basically Gran Turismo, but with motorbikes instead of cars. In fact, this was made by the same developers as Gran Turismo, Polyphony Digital. Came out around about the same time as GT4, and yeah, I think it might even like include some tracks from GT4. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, but essentially this is basically just Gran Turismo with motorbikes. And yeah, I only paid 50p for this. 50p. I know, that's crazy. Like, I don't know how much this game like usually goes for online. I doubt it's like valuable or anything, but I know it's a very like uncommon PS2 game. Like, I don't think I've ever really like seen this before at a CEX. But yeah, they had it for like 50p. Like, as soon as I saw that price, I was like, fuck it. Because originally this was a game that I'd known about for a while, but I didn't really particularly want. I mean, I'd known about it for a while, but I wasn't particularly, you know, like trying to like actually get it. But since it was only 50p, I was like, screw it, you know. I mean, why not? It's super cheap, and you know, I like the Gran Turismo games, and this is basically just the same thing with motorbikes. So yeah, why not get it? It is complete, and hopefully, unlike GT4, I'm hoping that this game does actually work on my PS2 because for some reason my copy of Gran Turismo 4, which I've had for many years, just doesn't. I mean, honest to God, I have a feeling that GT4 just flat out doesn't work on the PS2 Slim because literally like I've had that game for years and the disc is in like perfectly fine condition and I've never, not once, gotten it to work on my PS2 Slim. Never. I've gotten it to work on my PC on PCSX2, the emulator, from the actual disc, but I've never, not once, gotten it to work on my PS2 Slim. Like it reads the disc, but it reads it like really, really slowly, you know. And yeah, it just won't work for some reason. So I have a feeling that game just like flat out doesn't work on a PS2 Slim because I've never gotten it to work ever. But anyway, so the final game we have here is yet another PS2 game. Need for Speed Underground, the original. I've got Underground 2 for the Xbox, but I never owned the original Underground. This is one of the few Need for Speed that I was missing, and I recently did a Need for Speed collection video actually in December. But yeah, this was £3, and initially a fellow subscriber of mine, CeX Pickups, I think his name is, originally he was going to offer me a copy of this game. He said he had a spare copy and he was willing to give it to me for free. But however, nothing really came out of that deal. I mean, like, we were talking for a bit in the YouTube comment section, and I said that I would have it. You know, I said that I would have his spare copy of the game. But like after that, like he never like replied back to me. Like it was weird because it was on like 2 of my videos. He said like, oh, I've got a spare copy of Underground, like, do you want it? Just DM me or whatever. We talked for a little bit about it and he just sort of aired me, I guess. He just like, he didn't reply back. So yeah, so I don't know if he still wants to actually give it to me or not. I mean, it's a bit too late because I've already brought a copy of Need for Speed Underground. So yeah, it was really nice of him that he was actually willing to do that, you know, just give me a free PS2 game. But unfortunately, nothing ever came out of that deal because he just hasn't replied to me yet. But yeah, but I brought my own copy at CEX. And yeah, never played this game before actually. In fact, all of these games, all 4 of these, are games that I've never owned before, never played before. These are all like totally brand new games in my collection. And yeah, and this game's considered like, you know, one of the best Need for Speeds. So I don't know why it took me this long to finally get a copy. I mean, Underground 2 is probably considered the better one of the 2, but still, this game is regarded as one of the best Need for Speeds. And I'm glad that finally, after all these years, I now have a copy. And it is complete, thank God. You usually take a risk when it comes to CEX games on whether or not it's actually going to come with a manual. But most of the time, I just leave the manual in there. And I don't even bother to take them out. So in theory, like, anyone could just, like, open up one of the cases and just, like, steal the manuals if they really want to. But yeah, this also as well comes with yeah, it comes with this EA booklet, similar to the Activision one with True Crime, that advertises just a bunch of games that were coming out around that time. I think I had this exact same booklet for FIFA 2004, I think it was. So, yeah, there you have it. And that is everything that I brought at CEX yesterday. Like, let me know in the comments, like, if you own any of these games and like what your thoughts are on them. I'm interested to know because, like I said, like these are all like totally brand new games in my collection. I've never played any of these games before, so I'm interested to see what they're like. And yeah, with all that being said, hope you guys enjoyed the first CeX Pickups video of 2022. And yeah, please like, subscribe, and peace. I'll see you guys in the next video.